Disclaimer: the following review, the 24th review, up until the 27th review, have all been filmed back-to-back pre-recorded on July 4th, 2024, prior to Mortal Kombat 1 Invasion's Reptile Part 3, all of which were recorded after the following reviews were recorded. These videos, however, were not ready to be edited. Therefore, the Mortal Kombat 1 Invasion series videos were uploaded first due to them being a lot easier to work with. However, the videos have finally been prepped and ready to go. So, without further ado, enjoy the video.
Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's Meta Knight and Convoy here, back with another video today. And once again, the backdrop is up, the base is set, which means, once again, it is time for another review. Well, you guys, this is it. This is officially review number 26. This was the bombshell review that I was teasing last episode, and as well as I teased 10 months ago. Because if you guys recall in a YouTube post that I did, I teased what the next review was going to be. I never showed exactly what it was, but I gave a tease as to what it could be. And this, without a doubt, is two things. One, not only is it one of the most insane Holy Grails that I have ever finally acquired, because I've been hunting this thing down for 12 years. Not this exact one, but I'm still grateful that I have it anyway, in any shape, way, shape, or form. But also the fact as well that this has to be the most insane birthday gift I have ever gotten ever in my entire life. What am I talking about? Well, you will find out, because we are going to be taking a look at, holy crap, this is a big, I keep forgetting how big this box is. This is one big bastard. We're going to be taking a look at this. That's right. We are going to be taking a look at, it's so big that you guys can't even see the whole thing. There we go. So yeah, we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Masterpiece MP-10 Cybertron Commander Convoy, otherwise known as the Transformers Masterpiece MP-10 Optimus Prime. So as you guys can see by the how big this friggin' box is, yes, I finally acquired MP-10 Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Obviously, I wanted the American version of the toy for a couple of reasons, which I will get to when we actually take a look at Prime himself. But the fact that my brothers were insane enough to actually hunt this thing down, holy crap, I cannot, first thing, I cannot thank them enough for even considering getting me this, but the fact that apparently they paid $400 for this, which I have no words as to how freaking insane they are willing to pay that much money. For even as cool as this is, $400, my god. But yeah, so this is the Japanese version of Masterpiece Optimus Prime, and well, even though it's not the exact one that I wanted, I'm still grateful that I got it anyway. And it's a freaking masterpiece figure. What more can I ask for? So, as usual, we're gonna take a quick look at the box, and my god, this big bastard of a box is very big, so we're gonna need to go handheld here. So we have the G1 Transformers logo right there, and this logo right there on the bottom with Convoy is so shiny you can actually see my camera. Hello. But anyways, that says Masterpiece Convoy, perfect new model. We have a badass looking image of Optimus, which looks slightly better than the actual figure, and I'll get to that in a bit. We have the Takara Tomy logo. We have the black traditional Masterpiece box, a color scheme. On the bottom, we have his vehicle mode, and we have the name, which is written mostly in Japanese. Can I hold this with one hand is the question? I don't think I can. God, this is difficult. But, as you can see, Cybertron Commander Convoy, or as he's called in Japan, or Optimus Prime here. Then we have a bunch of Japanese text, which I probably can't read, but I'll probably put translations for. And over here we have some more Japanese text, which I cannot make out and it's so small, but I'll probably put translations for that. So on this side of the box we have Transformers Masterpiece in nice shiny chrome. Even the Autobot symbol right there, kind of like the Rise of the Beast logo. Right there. And it's kind of cool how the artwork kind of extends. The artwork kind of extends towards this side of the box. It's kind of sick actually. On this side of the box we have Transformers Masterpiece again. On the top half of the box we have Optimus wielding the Energon axe. On the bottom of the box we got we have some information stuff And holy crap, I am having difficulty holding the camera with one hand. We have the accessories list, traditional of the Masterpiece boxes 2. We have a bunch of crap on the bottom that nobody cares about, which is all written in Japanese. And of course, on the back of the box, we have your obligatory product shots. We have 244 millimeters. I think that's what that's trying to say. Right there, on the top of the box. Right there, if I'm not mistaken. We have again Transformers Masterpiece. We have Optimus Prime's transforming ion rifle. We got the Matrix of Leadership. We have the base mode with roller and PD9, I believe is called. The vehicle mode. We have Spike with Wiki. We have a bunch of cool stuff. We have Rodimus right there, aka MP-09, probably the weakest Masterpiece figure ever, unless you buy the Hasbro version, which is a fixed version of that figure, but we'll get to that another day. And yeah, so again, big mofo box for an insanely badass figure. You guys will see why in a bit. And my god, as you guys can see, I am struggling with the freaking camera. I'm struggling, and I apologize for the crappy camera workmanship. I'm a lot better than this normally in my other reviews. You guys have seen them, my other reviews, so you guys would know. But yeah, I am much better in normal cases, but with a big box like this, holy crap, this behemoth is freaking insane. Makes sense because this is a badass figure, so it makes sense why the box would be a bit of a hassle, but it's okay because I'm willing to make the exception for Masterpiece Optimus Prime, especially MP-10 here. So with that being said, I need to adjust the camera. It may take me a second. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that's basically it for the box. Let me get this big arse box out of here. Okay, so without further ado, let me readjust the camera back into place. Cool. So let's get this big box out of here. Oh god, it's a big box. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and bust out Masterpiece Optimus Prime and let's get him out here and see how cool he really is. So here we go. And without further ado, further delays or any type of delay whatsoever, here we have the Holy Grail Masterpiece Optimus Prime MP-10, the original Japanese version of this figure. And once again, this figure is so insanely impressive that I don't think I'm going to be able to fit him in the shot. Let me adjust the camera here. Yeah. Freaking tripod. I don't think my tripod's going to be able to handle this. But yeah, here we have Masterpiece Optimus Prime, the Japanese version of this figure. Now, let me go ahead and quickly run through why I wanted the American re-release, the American version of this toy, which was a Toys R Us exclusive. The reason being is because I have a few issues with the original Japanese version. The main issue that I have with the Japanese version is the colors, because it might not look that much in camera, but the fact that outside of the trailer, the coloration on Optimus himself is quite different compared to the American version, which they would fix. For example, the red is actually a lot darker red than Optimus normally is. The blue on his legs is actually more of a purplish color. And there is a problem in robot mode with his head, which I will get to when we get to it. But basically, the American version, here's a picture of the American version, which I have referenced in a ton of my previous reviews. They fixed the paint job, they fixed a problem with his head, which I will get to in robot mode. They fixed the coloration wise, which makes him look a whole lot better and makes it pop out a lot more. And they were going for the more G1 toy route. Meanwhile, in this case, they were going for, I think, the more both Japanese G1 toy route plus also the G1 cartoon, because Roller was silver in the cartoon, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I remember a clip when Optimus was being mind controlled and Roller was ejected, and I think Roller was silver there. So I think they're going more for the G1 cartoon homage with this figure. So before we get into Optimus himself, so this is how this part of the review is going to work. We're going to take a look at the details first, then we're going to take a look at each entity separately. So we're going to take a look at the trailer first, then we're going to move on to Prime himself. So let's go ahead and unhitch trailer. Let's take a close look at this trailer, and look how beefy this trailer is, and look how insanely detailed this trailer is. If you've seen a real life trailer and like up close and personal, then you'll know how much detail this trailer has. It has literally molded in rivets and molded in panel lining all over this thing. Has the signature Optimus Prime blue trailer strip, as well as the actually molded in Autobot symbol on the side. We have all the necessary details that are on the trailer. Look at all these freaking rivets all over this thing. We have an air vent on the back of the trailer like it would in real life. We have tires. They actually have their details. These are actually rubber tires, which you don't get in toys a lot these days. We have an actual trailer stand right here. On the front of the trailer, more rivets and actual panel lining. On the back of the trailer, it actually has the doors, actually have details on them. It even has the actual like trailer bolt that you would put to lock the door. And it even has like the trailer like pipes that go across the door right here. It has actual like molded in tail lights with actual like paint inside of them and just the transparent plastic. We have rivets on the bumper right there, and the bumper has all the necessary details. And if you look at the underside of the detail, I cannot express enough how insanely packed this thing is with detail. They even put in a spare tire that we're not even going to see, but they did it anyway. So that's how insane with detail the trailer is. And plus the fact that the tires actually have, they could have just put rubber tires, which is a generic pattern. They actually put a proper truck pattern on the trailer wheels. So that's pretty insane. So one thing that this trailer can do is that it can actually, you can pull out the legs so it can actually stand on its own. This is necessary because we're going to take a look at Optimus's vehicle mode in just a second. So let's go ahead and put the trailer aside for now, and let's take a look at Prime. Look how insane Prime looks. So let's take a close look at here. Insanely packed with chrome, so much so that's actually reflecting off of the camera, and whoop, I gotta be careful because we can't have no unnecessary face reveals. Not yet. No face reveals this time, guys. So as you can see, look how insanely shiny the chrome is. It's actually reflecting off the camera. And let's hope it doesn't show my face. Got the bumper, which again is insanely chromed out. Headlights, which again are reflecting off my camera. We got rivets right here. We got some necessary details. We got a vent right here. We have molded in windshield wipers painted on silver. Silver trim around the windows. We got molded in detail on the tires. Actual rivets. Rivets on the panel lining right here. Look at all this detail. We got actual rear view mirrors. They don't actually have a reflective material, but that's okay. We got chrome smokestacks, which we never get in toys these days because they're always like shortened for safety reasons. We have molded detail on the gas tank, which is also decked out in chrome, and you can see my camera again. Whoop! You almost saw my face. We got some insane detail on the sides here. We have his Prime's toesies, which have the headlights, as you guys can see. The headlights molded in. They're not painted, but they're molded in nevertheless. They even have detail underneath. Once again, rubber tires, so they actually do have a bit of bounciness to them. Autobot symbol right there. And yeah, it's just insanely packed with all this detail, so much detail in this guy. Trailer hitch goes right here. You can probably figure out how this thing transforms. Also, one issue that I have with my copy at least is that for some reason this specific window, it doesn't want to close properly. So look, if I open this window, this one will close just fine. It will stay closed, right? But this one, when I close it, you guys see the issue there? It does this, which I don't like that. I don't know if there's a way to fix that, but that's the thing that is unfortunate with my figure, that it unfortunately does this. Kind of like MP-04 Masterpiece Optimus Prime, how the windows also did that. My copy unfortunately does that too, which sucks. But I'm ignoring that because overall the rest of the figure is great. So there you have that. So let's go ahead and we'll get started with some comparisons. But before we do that, we need to get the trailer back together. So let's go ahead and put the legs back. First, make sure the trailer hitch is straightened out. How this connects is there's this circular spinny disc right here, which these two notches will connect to the trailer right there. So we just got to line it up. Nice and easy. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I'm getting it lined up. Nice and easy. Almost got it. Almost got it. Now, come on. Line up. Nice and easy. see. Okay, almost. Just gotta make sure the legs are nice and together so it fits in. And I got it. There we go, perfect. Right, so this guy is so damn big that I have no idea how the hell we're gonna do comparisons, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. We're gonna try our best to do some comparisons. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. So let's go and get them backed up as best I can without dropping out the backdrop. The backdrop, I mean. Okay, we're gonna try. It's probably not gonna be the best comparisons I've ever done because of how the space I gotta work with, but we are gonna try. We're gonna try and hopefully we can make this work. Okay, so now for comparison, we'll go ahead and we'll start off small here. So here we have my Legends class Transformers Generations Optimus Prime, which you can't even see on camera. We're gonna start off small here. So look how small Baby Prime is. We're gonna compare him with all the pretty much Prime-esque figures that I got right now, as of right now, with the exception of a few, for obvious reasons. Retardimus Prime being the perfect example of this. Like that. Next up, you guys saw him in review number 25. I'm busting him out again. Here we have the Transformers 4-pack Bot Shot Optimus Prime. Which again, different style. And also just different size, as you guys can see. And also you probably can't tell, but the coloration on this Prime is basically the right shade of red. Unlike this, my Masterpiece Prime, how it's a lot more darker because it's the Japanese version. But there you have that. Alright, that's pretty much the Legend scale done. So let's go ahead and move on to Deluxe. So I only got one Deluxe figure. You guys already know who that is. So here we have Cybertron Optimus Prime, aka Protoform Optimus Prime. It's the only Deluxe Optimus Prime that I've got. As you can see how they look together. I can slightly raise up the camera a little bit. There we go. There you have that. Alright, let's move on to Voyagers. So, here we have an old classic. Here we have Transformers Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. You haven't seen this guy in a while, have you guys? So we can see how they look together. And they do look nice together. Masterpiece Prime is slightly bigger when it comes to the cab and the truck itself, but with the trailer, no contest. That. Next up, we have the Last Knight Voyager class Optimus Prime. Different style of truck, but surprisingly the same length. If we include the Optimus's feet at the back, there's actually the same length, believe it or not. And they're not that far off in height, just slightly smaller because of the slimness of this. But overall, they're not that far apart actually. It's kind of surprising. That. Alright, now let's bust out the leaders. So, although he's not a Prime, but in G1 he had the joke of being called Albino Prime, so I'm just gonna bust him out anyway. Here we have Kingdom Ultra Magnus, solely because of the fact that Albino Prime, that's the only reason why I'm comparing him. And still, without a doubt, Masterpiece Prime is way longer and way beefier than Ultra Magnus. The trailer ends like right here. This is where it ends, right here. And still there's a ton of length for the trailer with Masterpiece Prime. So I figure I might as well compare Masterpiece Prime with Albino Prime here. Sure, I just got the truck for that, but I figured why the hell not, might as well put the trailer as well. Just to give him a fair chance, even though he's gonna lose. So we have that. Alright, now let's actually move on to the actual Optimus Prime leader figures I've got. So first off, we have Power Master Optimus Prime. The very first leader class Optimus Prime I've ever got. So you can see how they look together. Both figures based on G1 continuity, and yet still Masterpiece Prime beats out Power Master Prime. As you can see, like Ultra Magnus, it ends right here. And the cab is much smaller for obvious reasons due to the transformation. And they're definitely going for a different style here with Power Master Prime. Meanwhile, Masterpiece Prime is obviously G1, while realistic. Damn, eventually I need to buy Classics Optimus Prime too. Eventually. I'll get him eventually. I'll get Classics Optimus Prime eventually. Alright, next leader. Also, you guys, for obvious reasons, I'm excluding 2007's movie Legends Optimus Prime. The reason being, first off, he's too freaking big, so there's no way to properly compare him, but also the fact he's kind of messed up. Smokestacks, they kind of broke. I had to super glue them on. I'm scared of breaking them back off again, so I will not be using him as a comparison for this video. So, we're moving on to the next best thing, which is the Power of the Primes Leader Class Optimus Prime. Going for a lot more G1 aesthetic. Previous one was going for the Power Master toy line, still from G1, but still. This one's a lot closer, even though the cab kind of sucks. Ends right here, like the previous ones. You guys can see. So that's how they look together. Alright. That leaves one Optimus Prime left. So let's go ahead and get him out here. So last but not least, here we have the current Optimus Prime. Here we have, well, technically not the current Optimus Prime because I'm still missing Rise of the Beast Studio Series Optimus Prime, as well as the Voyager class Optimus Prime. So technically not the most current, but when it comes to mainline, I don't think that we have another Optimus Prime proper, unless we're talking about Armada Optimus Prime. But here we have the Transformers Cybertron War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Optimus Prime. The most recent Optimus Prime, I believe, that we've gotten thus far. The most G1 Prime that I have so far, when it comes to mainline toys. This one obviously being the best. As you can see, although this Prime has some of the details that this trailer has got, this one is just a lot more pristine than this one. Plus, they didn't bother painting in the white strip, which still upsets me. I've still been tempted to try and paint it in myself, but I don't want to screw up like in the case of the Autobot symbol, so I don't know. But we'll see. But yeah, that's how this looks together. So there you have that. Right then, so comparisons have now been complete. So now it is time to take a closer look at all of the components that Masterpiece Optimus Prime has to offer. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at is the trailer. Let's go ahead and readjust the camera. Yeah, you see the comparisons over there. Okie dokie. Right. So Prime, we're going to go ahead and detach you from your trailer, and we're going to set you aside for now. We'll take a look at you in a little bit. Now let's take a look at the trailer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bust out the legs again for the trailer. Just reach right here. Just pull out the legs. You just reach right here towards the legs. Pull them out. A little tricky, but I can manage. There we go. So we just reach in, pull them out. A little tricky, but it's manageable. Alright, come on, I was able to do this the first time. How was that possible? I did it without trying the first time. There we go. Nice and spring-loaded too. Now let's take a closer look at the trailer. So, we took a look at all the necessary details. Now it's time to look at the accessories. So the first thing that we can do is we can actually bust open the trailer. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we need to do first is we have to open the doors for the trailer. We just simply grab the doors right here. And we just pull them out. Like so. And look at even the inside of the trailer. Whoop. Not time for you just yet. Even the inside of the panels of the doors have detail. Insane. Open this door. Now let's go ahead and we're gonna bust open the ramp to let down a little friend of ours. So go ahead and pull open the ramp. Push it down. Now, my friend, is your time to shine. Here we have Optimus' trusty drone companion, Roller, decked out in his iconic G1 silver. And as I pointed out, the Japanese version is going more for a cartoon type look. The G1 version, or the Toys R Us exclusive version in America, they're going for a more G1 toy look because they painted Roller blue, which if I recall correctly, the G1 toy, Roller was painted blue in the toy. So I think that's why they painted him blue. Roller is nice and silver here, and let's take a closer look at him. So he's got a ton of molded in details. Even his headlights have details, and the paneling kind of reminds me of the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Got some more details even in the back. His exhaust pipes and things have details. And yeah, he rolls extremely nicely, as you can see. And obviously, because the trailer and Prime have rubber wheels, obviously both of them also roll very nicely as well. And if you don't believe me, here's the proof. Yeah. Right, back to the trailer. So, now that we got that unnecessary demonstration out of the way, now let's go ahead and we will crack open the trailer and see the other surprises that we have. Actually, on the front, as a matter of fact, we can go ahead and examine one of the features right now. So, if we go ahead and close the trailer back up again, Roller has a special feature that he can do. He can actually interact with the trailer. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some minor transformation. So what we need to do first is we have to open this panel right here. Flip open this panel, which will transform into a gas tank, which is painted black. On the American version, it's the same color as Roller himself, so it was blue in the American version. That's what we're going to do is we're going to pull down this panel right here. So we're ahead and we're going to rotate this section. And then we got ourselves a trailer hitch. Let's close that back up. Now Roller can combine with the trailer. So when Optimus is not using it, Roller can transport it throughout the battlefield. So what we need to do simply is that you saw the trailer hitch earlier. What we're going to do is we're going to match that up with the new trailer hitch on Roller. So what we just do is we just combine it together. Like so. And there we go. Roller can now Roller, you let go of the trailer hitch. Go on, buddy. There you go. There you go, old friend. Alright. So now that the trailer hitch is connected to Roller, Roller can now transport it throughout the battleground. He can remove it so it doesn't get destroyed by the Decepticons. And Roller can just do whatever he wants with it. Even though he's just a drone, he doesn't think for himself. But still, he can do whatever he wants with it. It's pretty sick. Yay! Sorry, I'm having way too much fun. I just freaking love this figure so much. But anyway, so that's one of the things that Roller can do while with the trailer. He can do a bunch of other things too, but we will take a look at those in a little bit. So, Roller, you'll go ahead and sit beside Optimus. Now we shall crack open the trailer. So, what we need to do to crack open the trailer is you'll notice these two hitches right here. These hitches have an automorph feature. So all we got to do is just pull them out, and the legs will extend themselves out. So to demonstrate, we'll do it on the other side. And if you watch carefully, as I pull out the trailer hitch, it will automatically push itself down. Watch carefully. See that? It raises back up, lowers itself back down. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and put the trailer this way, like that. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. Okie dokie, right. Zoom in a little bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to open the doors again to the trailer. Just open them back up. Alright, come on. There we go. Okay, so open the doors back up. Pull down the ramp. For some reason I'm struggling when I did it from the first time. There we go. Pull the ramp back down. Now, to crack open the trailer, we just need to grab both sides of the trailer. Just split it. There we go. We have these triangle-shaped T-pegs, which will connect the trailer together. Now that that's done, we just go and split the trailer apart. Like so. And now we have the trailer in base mode. So Roller can go ahead and drive up the ramp inside the base. And he can chill right there. And now that the trailer is opened in base mode, we can activate PTO in the back. So what we need to do is we just simply have to pull them up He's on a ratchet joint, a very good ratchet joint. Got PTO active. Let's get a closer look at PTO. Next thing we gotta do is we have to go ahead and get the claw all nice and extended. Open the claw. Yeah. Then we raise up the radar dish. And there we go. PTO is now active and ready to repair Optimus or repel other Decepticons with its cannons. And as you notice, there is a familiar face inside of PTO. Let's go ahead and pull him out and take a close look at him, shall we? If you guys don't know who this is Spike Wiki from the Transformers G1 cartoon. The human friend of the Autobot. So it comes with a little figurine of Spike, a very basic figurine. Not a lot of detail on him, but it's still pretty nice. He has a he's more, I can't even talk. I apologize, guys. I just been waiting for so long to finally review this figure, and now today is finally the day. So he has a bit of like a yellow orange going on his boots. On the American version, they went for a more traditional yellow. He has a decently molded face. It's a basic figure face, which is fine. He has a decently painted brown hair. A bit of paint spillage, but that's okay. For something this small, I'll let it slide. He has his signature gray shirt. He has a brown belt. Articulation wise for Spike, we'll go ahead and just go through it real quick. His arm can go full 360 due to it being on a swivel. His legs can move forward that much, slightly above 90 degrees. They can bend back, not at all. And he does have a knee joint, so he can actually bend his legs at 90 degrees of bend at his legs. So pretty decent articulation for a figure of this size. And as you saw, he can sit inside of PTO right there, which is normally when I store him when he's not in use. So we can go ahead and we can sit him inside of PTO in the silver chair right there, and he can control PTO as you saw him doing earlier. So just get him nice and seated, close the cockpit, and there we go. And also, if you guys are noticing, you guys can't really tell on camera, but PTO is also that bluish purplish color like Optimus is, rather than the nice blue that the American version has. And also you'll notice that we can go ahead and as well, to get a better look at the base mode, we can go ahead and stand up the trailer to have it in the repair mode. Let's go ahead and stand up the trailer. All we gotta do is just fold up the ramp and fold up the doors. Then stand the trailer up. And there we go. There we have the trailer in its repair mode, and look at the freaking detail inside. Look at this. I can actually show you guys properly this time. All of this stored up detail was hidden inside of the freaking trailer. Even the paneling has actually the diamond shaped riveting that you can buy at Home Depot and other like hardware places. Look at all this insane detail decked out in an insane color of silver. So as you can see, we have other stations that Spike could also interact with. Let's go ahead and raise that PTO a little bit. And let's go ahead and get Spike out of the cockpit, because we can put him into a bunch of other places. As a matter of fact, he can actually sit inside a roller if you wanted to. So what we can do is we can take Spike and we can take Roller right here. And as you can see, there is a seat inside of Roller, which is meant for Spike. So we can go ahead and we can sit him inside like that. And he can chill around and drive around with Roller. Like so. That's one place that he can go. Another place that he can go is he can actually attend one of these stations right here. As a matter of fact, one of Prime's accessories is actually stored right here, which is his Energon axe. So we can take a close look at his axe right here, which is a very insane translucent orange, which has a really insane effect on camera. Insane warping effect. So we have the base, which is covered in spikes, and then we got this overall just detailing on the axe itself, and it's a lot more darker orange. I think it's more of like a just a dark orange. Meanwhile, the American version is going more for like a red orange, which makes it pop a lot more. Now, how we store this inside is there is a spot designated specifically for the Energon axe. So all we gotta do is we just have to line up the spikes on the axe with the detailing right here on the trailer. So what we gotta do is we just have to match up the detailing right there, and we just gotta kind of wedge it in there. So just match up the spikes. Just takes a bit, but we can do it. Let's match up the spikes. like that. And that's how the axe stores when it's not in use. On the other side, we have a space for Optimus's ion rifle, which is actually currently stored inside of Prime right now, which we'll get to in a little bit. So let's take off the axe again, because we're going to demonstrate how Spike can use the other station. So as you can see, there are two more silver seats right here, which Spike can use. So for example, when the trailer is laying face down, he can actually sit Spike right here in this station, so he can mess with this. Or he can mess in this station right here. So we just sit him in there, like that. And he can chill out in there as well, on this station too. So we got many places so Spike can interact with. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Now the last thing the trailer can do is, let's raise up PTO before the backdrop falls down. Okay, there is a secret that the trailer can actually do. So if we close up the trailer again, let's move the camera for this. If we lower the trailer again, you'll notice that there are these two panel linings that can be moved because they have a hinge. If we fold them down like that, and do it on both sides, just fold down this panel right here. A bit tough, but we got it. Then if we get PTO lined up, like so, close up the trailer again, like this. Get them lined up. There we go. And PTO can actually peek out from the trailer, and he can blast Decepticons from the outside of the trailer, like so. Which is pretty cool. I believe the G1 toy was able to do the same as well. I don't own it, so, and it's been a while since I've seen a review on the G1 toy, but I do firmly recall that it was capable of doing this. So this is a definite nod to the G1 toy, which is freaking sick. And yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for the trailer. The claw can actually grab stuff, so I did actually test it, and it could actually grab Spike if you wanted to. So if you wanted to do some random shenanigans, you could do that and just abuse Spike, but obviously I don't do that. But it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. So there you have that, and that's pretty much it for the trailer. So let's go ahead and get PTO stored back in again. Alright, PTO old friend, let's get you all stored up. So let's go ahead and get your claw all collapsed. Like this. There we go. Fold you in like that. Fold down your center like this. Close it up. Oh yeah, I forgot a panel. Close up the panel again. Close it. Like so. Now let's go ahead and close the doors for the trailer. And then we'll go ahead and we'll extend out these legs again. And then we'll retract the other trailer hitches. Let's go ahead and extend these ones back up. Go. Pull these ones back in. Like so. Perfect. Now we'll set the trailer right there. And roller, you'll stay right here because we'll need you in a little bit. So now it's time to examine our main specimen of the day, Optimus Prime. Since there are a few features that he can actually do in vehicle mode. So as you saw earlier when I was pointing out about the defect on my Prime, you can actually open the windows up, and as you can see inside, there are two little seats. So Spike can actually ride instead of Prime. So what we need to do is we just gotta get him in the sitting position, like so. Sit him inside, like that. And he can ride inside of Optimus, like that. He can drive around busting some Decepticons, which is neat. And there is one more accessory that we didn't look at, but it's currently stored inside of Optimus, like I previously mentioned, so we'll take a look at that in a little bit. So, as of right now, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. Let's go ahead and get him out, get out Spike. And I might as well point out another fact, which is interesting to point out, is that there is an accessory that they didn't include with this version of Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Because normally every version of Masterpiece Optimus Prime includes a mini Megatron gun that you can mess around with. They didn't include that with this one. Instead, they replaced it with Spike. So right here is a picture of the mini Megatron gun. Megatron would actually be included with his stock and his silencer, and you would be able to actually like mess around with that. But they didn't include it with this one. They replaced it with Spike, which is okay. But it would have been cool to have my tiny Megatron gun just for laughs. But that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? This is going to be one heck of a transformation, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Obviously, for this transformation, the gloves, there's no exceptions, will need to be removed. So let's go ahead and remove the gloves. Yeah, okay. Okie dokie. So now we shall commence the transformation. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold in the rear view mirrors so they do not get destroyed. So we're going to fold them in like so. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the smokestacks, pull them up like so, and we are good to go. Now the next step we're going to do is we're going to take the gas tanks right here, unclip them from the sides, and we're going to fold them out and bend them up until they are resting against the tire. Second verse, same as the first. Untap the gas tank, and we're going to fold it out until it rests against the tire. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come up to the front, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the bumper right here, and we're going to untab it from the main section of the bumper. So, let's go ahead and untab it, bend it outwards like that from the main section, and we are good to go. Second verse, same as the first. Grab the section of the bumper, untab it, then fold it out like so. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to unfold the headlights as well. So this one already came undone for us, so we're going to go ahead and unfold it so it unclips in place. Second verse, same as the first. We're going to go ahead and unclip the headlight. It's kind of difficult because it's made out of metal. Oh, and I forgot to mention that, as a matter of fact, Optimus Prime here actually has die-cast metal parts, so he is quite a hefty weight. Like, his feet are die-cast. I think he has die-cast in the front as well a little bit. And I mean, just holy crap, I forgot to mention that, I do apologize, but yeah, he does have die-cast metal, and he is kind of hefty. And it doesn't help that some of the parts are heavy, which make him quite heavy. So we're going to go ahead and unfold the headlight. It's kind of fighting me on this one. Kind of messed up my fingernail there, but it's fine. It's worth it for Optimus Prime. I think I might need a tool for this. Alright, so they're kind of fighting me, so let me just grab this and let me just unpeg this right real quick. Come on, untap. There we go, I got it. Pencil for the wheel. Right, let's go ahead and unfold this. There we go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to come to the sides right here. We're going to fold these out of place, like so. Next step that we are going to do is we're going to open the windows. We'll go ahead and open the windows of the cab. We'll leave them open for now. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to do the classic Optimus Prime transformation technique, which is the arms, they split out and then they extend forward. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to extend the arms out like so. Extend both arms out, then extend them forward. Classic Optimus Prime fashion. Like that. And make sure these are bent all the way down so they don't get in your way during transformation. Cool. So now that that's done, what we're going to do here is we're going to make sure that we raise the arms up so they do not get in the way. And as you can see, there are these two sections right here. Fold them against the arm like that. And that's how they'll be for the rest of the transformation. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the arms out of the way, fold them up so they're out of the way. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rotate Optimus's head. Go ahead and rotate it until it is into place. Whoop, but stuff is transforming already for me. I know you want to show off your amazing robot mode, but let me do it first, please. Now, Optimus Prime's antennae, or horns, I guess you say, they are folded downwards for the transformation, so we needed to fold them out until they are like that. Like so, until they are nice and straight. Like that. Second for same as the first, they're each individual. So just fold them out until they are nice and true. Just like that. And there we go. Then we have Optimus's head all nice and folded. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the grill section, we're going to fold it up into the chest. Close it up. And there we go. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on to the back of the truck. And we're going to go ahead and split the legs apart. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to take these two sections right here, fold them out. These are for the vents on Optimus's legs. Second verse, same as the first. Grab the vents, unfold them, fold again. There we go. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these panels on the back, we're going to fold them out, and we're going to fold them over. Like so, and these will cover up the tires and make an overall cleaner transformation. Like that. Second, same as the first, unfold this panel, wrap it around the tires, and I will cover them up nice and light. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come here, we're going to grab the leg and we're going to pull it. Like that. Give it a nice good pull, but be careful, don't pull it too hard because you will rip off the entire leg if you pull it off too hard. And the legs are now locked into place. FYI, when de-transforming him back into truck mode, there is a button on the back of his leg. So when you want to, don't just like try to force it in because you will break it. So don't do that. And plus, this costs $400. So what you want to do is you want to press this button right here, then push the leg back up, and it will be safe to transform his legs back. So be sure when you want to transform him back into truck mode, push this button first, then press the leg in, and that way you don't break your toy. So when he's in truck mode like this, just pull it. Like that. When you're going to transform it back, push this button first, then push the leg back in, and it will be safe to transform him back, and also you won't break your toy. So, pull it. There. Pull it again. There we go. And you can kind of see what's going on here. Right here is the full grill for robot mode, which we'll look at in just a second. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to unfold Optimus's die-cast feet. His metal feet, literally metal feet. Unfold them. Now we got the legs all nice and transformed. And the Optimus is getting tall here, so we need to raise up the camera. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come here, we're going to unfold this up, then we're going to move all of this back. So basically there's this tab right here that tabs into the full grill. That will keep it nice and locked in truck mode. We need to untab it for the transformation. Now next thing we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to rotate this entire assembly the right way around, so the full grill is now facing towards Optimus's belt. So now the next step we are going to do is we're going to close up the windows. We'll close them up for right now. Then next thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate where the tires are. So what we need to do is we need to grab right here, rotate this entire assembly around until this is facing forward and the tires are facing back, like that. So as you can see, the tires are facing forward. What we want to do is we want to rotate this entire assembly until the tires are facing backwards, like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fold these, the section that we folded out with the headlights and bumper, fold these sideways real quick. So we're going to go ahead and fold these sideways, like so. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold these two assemblies into Optimus's chest, and this will form the silver parts of his upper torso. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold Optimus's arms like this so they don't get in the way. Fold them all the way, like so. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold up these sections. Make sure the silver bits are facing this way so you don't scratch them up. Fold these this way, like this, like so. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to fold the bumper and the headlights just so they're folded in like that, so they don't get in the way. They're safe and they won't get scratched up during the transformation, the rest of the transformation. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold the section like this, and we're going to fold him entirely up like this until the full grill tabs in to the chest, like so. It's a bit tough, but we got it. Right, so what we're going to do is there is a tab right there on where the bumper was, and it's going to tab onto the full grill. So make sure this tabs in. There we go, perfect. We're on the first try, like there. And now the chest is safe to be closed. See, look, in robot mode the chest closes up nice and neat, but in truck mode is what gives me problems. Now let's go ahead and finish transforming his arm. So what we need to do is we have to take Optimus's arm, pull it down. That will show off his forearm, and it will access us. I can't even talk. It will allow us to access his articulation for his arm. So next thing we need to do is we need to fold Optimus' arm up. We need to fold down this panel, like so, and now we can rotate his fist out. Close up the panel. There's a slot that will tab into this tab right here. Close it. There you got the arm all done, so we can bend that down. Nice and easy. Second verse, same as the first. Pull down his arm. That will expose his forearm, the rest of his forearm. Then we gotta open the panel, like so. Clicky click. Then we gotta rotate his fist so it is facing the right direction. Make sure his fist does not get caught onto the plastic. Close it up. Slot will tab into the tab. Fold his fist down, like so. Make sure he's all nice and straightened out. And there we go. There we have Masterpiece Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And I'm just gonna say this right now. I may be biased because I've been hunting down this figure for so long and I've had such an attachment to this toy, but in my honest opinion, this is probably one of the best Optimus Prime toys that has ever been created in all of Transformers history. I'm gonna just put that claim right there, right now, and I will defend it until the day I die. That's just my opinion. I think this is one of the best Optimus Prime toys ever made. Period. You can fight me on that if you want. But seriously though, don't actually fight me on that because I might just, anyway. Right. So let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. So as I mentioned before, the reason why I wanted the American version is due to the coloration. Now as you guys can see, a lot more obviously here. It doesn't show that obviously on camera, but as you can see, his legs are all more bluish purple. His fists and his cog piece are also that same bluish violet color. But if you look at his head, you'll notice a discrepancy. So on the box, his eyes were nice and shiny blue, and his eyes still, if you look very closely, his eyes are still a very, very nice shiny blue. But however, there is no light piping on his head, which makes his eyes look dead. That's the reason why I wanted one of the big reasons why I wanted the American version, because they actually painted in his eyes a nice blue, because since there's no light piping on the head, the eyes look dead. So he looks as if he's dead Optimus Prime. Like in the end of the 86 movie, how Optimus just turned black. That's what this looks like. That's why I didn't want to get this figure at first. I do have it now, and obviously I'm not going to get rid of it, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted the Toys R Us exclusive, because they did paint in the eyes and they look very, very nice. And also his head and his fists and all the blue parts, they are a really nice shade of blue, which look very, very nice and a lot closer to how Optimus is supposed to look. But as it is right now, it still looks okay. I've gotten used to the whole bluish purple thing, but I would have liked it if it was a more proper shade of blue. But that's literally the one thing that is a bit of a negative for the Japanese version of this figure. If you guys can get the Toys R Us one, I highly suggest you do, since that one is basically this figure but upgraded. But yeah, let's take a close look at his head, and without a doubt, that is Optimus Prime. You cannot mistake this for anybody else. This is Optimus Prime, okay? Dead eyes and all, even if he has dead eyes still. You cannot mistake who this is. This is Optimus Prime, okay? He has nice silver on his faceplate, on his battle mask, on his nose and his face. And like I said, it's a very nice shade of translucent blue in there. But because there's no light piping, it doesn't glow. So his eyes look dead as a result, which sucks. Since Optimus is not supposed to look dead, he's supposed to look bright and hopeful and like a full-on leader, you know? So it is a bit of a shame that they didn't add light piping to his head. If they would have added light piping, that would have fixed his whole problem. And his eyes would have been a nice glowy blue, and I would have been like in love with this figure. Like, I would have loved it a lot more. I still like this figure a lot. I really do love this figure. But it's just the dead eyes that kind of kill the robot mode for me. But overall, it's not the worst. Now we can see the details of the full grille. It's nice and chrome. Nice silver on the upper parts of his torso, right here. Autobus symbol molded in. Now it is here. It was in truck mode on the side. Now it's right here. Chrome smokestacks. Nice and true. The nice silver stripes on his forearms. Nice gold for his arrows on his fists. We got translucent yellow plastic with molded in detail inside on his belt. You have that bluish purple on his cog piece, which leads up to his butt. The chrome for the headlights and the bumper is now back here. We got some nice molded in detail all across him. You can see. Overall, it's a really, really clean transformation. Really well done. And I really like it. I always enjoyed transforming this guy. Ever since I saw the transformation on both Optimus Prime, MGo's reviews, when they reviewed Masterpiece Optimus Prime when I first found out about this figure, I always liked the transformation. The fact that I get to do it myself, just awesome. Very awesome. Now, let's go ahead and look at the one accessory that we didn't cover when he was in vehicle mode, because it's actually stored in his back. So what we can do is, there is actually a compartment in his back that we can open. So if we open this compartment and pull this out, we will find Optimus's ion rifle, which can actually store in his back. So as you can see, for those of you guys wondering, oh, when Optimus Prime reaches behind his back and pulls out his gun out of nowhere, where does he pull the gun out? Now we know it's stored in his back at all times. So whenever he reaches in his back, the compartment opens, he grabs his gun, and then he transforms and all that stuff. So now we know how he grabs the gun from behind his back. I really love that they did that. As a matter of fact, the gun itself can actually transform. So one thing, if you notice, there is this gray little sliver. That is actually a button. And when we press it, the gun will actually transform like so. How cool is that? The ion rifle has an actual storage mode. And look how insanely detailed. They even bothered to detail the inside of the gun. Inside the barrel. And you're not even going to be able to see that. Like, it's literally a detail that, like, you could see it on camera, but it's like you're not even going to notice it when you're playing with it. And the fact that they decided to add that detail anyway, Takara, your Masterpiece figures, they do not disappoint unless you're Masterpiece 9. We don't talk about Masterpiece 9 because that figure sucks. Buy the Hasbro version. They fixed everything. And we have nice silver on the iconic strip. And the way that the Masterpiece figures guns work is they have two tabs. And if we take a look at Optimus's fist here, if we open his fist, there is a slot. So what we can do is we can take his gun, just line up the slots inside with the slot in his hand, close up his fist, and now we can hold his gun and blast some Decepticreeps, just like he did in the '86 movie. You can blast some Decepticreeps to Kingdom Come, blast the hell out of Unicron, all the baddies. And yeah, he holds it very well thanks to that tab system. It's really, really nice. And of course, you can get him in the iconic pose. Just hold his gun up. Like so. Has his arms slightly folded. So of course, we can get Optimus Prime in the iconic stance. We now return to the Transformers.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
You guys remember that, right? So we can totally get him in the iconic stance, which is freaking sick. Now, what we can do is we can also give him his Energon Axe. Now, the Energon Axe can only be installed on his right hand, and I'll show you why in just a second. So, let me go ahead and switch hands right here. And let's go ahead and give him his gun on his left hand. The slot is on both sides, so his gun, you can give it to whatever hand you want. The Energon Axe, it can only be installed on his right hand, and I'll show you guys why in just a second. So, let's give him his gun right here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make Optimus do a fist, like so. And if you look very carefully on the Energon Axe, you'll notice there is a notch right here on the side. That is for his thumb. So what we're going to do is if we take his fist right here, you'll notice that this notch lines up perfectly to where his thumb is. So what we do is you just plug it onto his fist, and the thumb will be exposed. Let me just straighten it out. And there we have Optimus with his iconic Energon Axe, which he only used in one episode, but that's fine because that one episode was all we needed for his Energon Axe, Energon swords, Energon weaponry to be as iconic as it is in the present day. So he can rotate his fist a full 360, so he can freaking swing that axe in any direction that he wants and in any freaking insane pose you can possibly think of, because that's how articulated he is. Now, speaking of which, we'll go ahead and move on to articulation right now. So let's go ahead and we shall go ahead and do that. So let's remove his Energon Axe, and we'll go ahead and remove his gun, and we'll take a look at the rest of his accessories momentarily. But first, let's cover his articulation. So, articulation-wise, Optimus is heavily packed with a crap ton of articulation. So, let me demonstrate. So, first thing, his head can move a full 360 degrees. He can look up, like so. He can move down, look down just a little bit. His head can technically move on the panel for transformation. So, if you want him to like move his neck back or a bit forward, you can do that. It's not really articulation, but it's a thing that you can do if you want to do it. Not really sure what you would really do with that, but you can do it if you want to do it. His arms can move a full 360 degrees right here. If you pull his arm, it'll actually expose an additional joint. So Optimus does actually have a butterfly joint due to transformation. A bit of it. It doesn't go forward, but you can move his arm back due to transformation, which can accommodate the articulation. And when you pull out his arms like this, he can move his arm this far with the additional joint, and it can move a bit in like this, not by much, but it's okay. His arms have a arm swivel, so he can rotate his arm a full 360 degrees. He has 90 degrees of bend at the arm right there. His fist can rotate a full 360 degrees. He does have his index finger is individually articulated, but his three fingers are hinged together. sadly. So his fingers don't all individually articulate, but that's okay. There we have that. That covers the arms. Now the legs are packed with heavy ratchet joints. Let me show you. So when he moves his leg forward, look how freaking you hear how freaking insane that ratchet joint is. Like, look, Optimus, I'm gonna make you do a karate kick real quick. So let me just do this. Hear how freaking insane. Look, that's how insane the ratchet joints are in this guy. And it's not even just his legs. Look at his knees. Listen to his knees. His knees are packed with a freaking insane ratchet joint, which give him a ton of articulation potions. As a matter of fact, we can actually make him do a karate kick. So if we actually have him like this, and then if we actually have him like this, he can totally curb stomp somebody. Not as epic as I thought it was going to be, but meh, it was worth a shot. So, anyways, back to the articulation. Serious talk here. I just can't help but mess with this guy. So, articulation-wise, he has packed with a heavy ratchet joint. He can move his leg back that far. He can move his leg forward that far. He can do the full splits, or almost the full splits. He does have a thigh swivel, both right here in the leg, and the actual part of the leg. Oh, no, it doesn't actually turn. Never mind. I take it back. He doesn't actually have a thigh swivel. He does have a leg swivel, though, for transformation. And again, he has an insanely packed knee joint, so he can move his leg 90 degrees of bend at the leg, and he can move his leg forward for some reason. Don't know why, but he can do that. And then his foot has ankle tilted, so you can actually pull his foot out, do the transformation. But if you push it back in the right way, I apologize, I burped, I am so rude, I am so sorry, you guys. But he does have ankle tilted, so you can tilt his leg, and we can get him in some insane poses, like on top of the trailer. We can totally get him in a pose like this. Like so. And we can totally have him just doing some stuff, you know? We could totally do that. And yeah, that pretty much covers the articulation as far as I know. Oh wait, I forget. Before I forget, due to transformation, he does have a waist articulation. He does have a waist swivel due to transformation, so he can articulate like fully, and we can do some total energon axe swipes if you wanted to. So I almost forgot to mention that. That was a very important piece of transformation or articulation that was offered by the transformation that I almost neglected to mention, but thankfully I got it just in time, so that's good. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the features and accessories. So Roller, if we bring back Roller right here, there is another thing that he can do with Optimus's gun. I wasn't able to show this earlier due to it being stored in. So what we can do is if we can take Optimus's ion blaster, and then there is a slot right there. And if we plug in his gun, Roller can actually transport Optimus's gun into battle, from battle, and he can even use it himself and shoot some Decepticreeps if he wanted to. So that's also another thing that he can do as well. So go ahead and fold back in this panel, close it back up. So yeah, that's another thing that he can do with the rifle. And as I mentioned earlier, if we take a look back at the trailer, let me go ahead and open this back up again. Let's open it. Let's open one side, like so. Yeah, it's kind of tight. It's kind of tightly clipped together, which is good. But when it comes to opening it, it can be a bit tough. There we go, I got it. So as we can see, there is a notch right there for the ion blaster. So what we're gonna do is we're simply gonna take the gun and we're gonna put it like this. So it'll be facing this way, like so. It's gonna be pointed up. Let's plug it in, and there we go. That's how the ion blaster will store in the trailer. You just have the trigger pointing up like that. You just plug it in, and there you go. That's how it stores in trailer mode. But normally, I prefer to have it stored in Optimus. But it is an extra feature, which I do like that, which is nice. Let's trailer back up, close the door, there we go. Now, let's move back to Optimus Prime. So, let's take a look at the rest of his accessories that he can do. So another thing that Optimus is capable of doing is it's actually stored inside of his chest, which you probably saw during transformation, but that would be the die-cast, fully metal Matrix of Leadership. So what we gotta do is we have to take a close-up of his chest. Right there. Yeah, nice and centered. So we just need to take a close-up of his chest. And now what we need to do is we have to open up his chest, like so. Then we need to raise up what was the bumper, is now the secondary protective cover. And you'll notice another cover, which is very reminiscent to the movie. So now we just reach in And we raised up this black panel, like so. And there it is. The die-cast, beautiful Transformers Autobot Matrix of Leadership. And again, words cannot describe how absolutely insane this looks, especially since it's made out of pure metal. This thing, I'm not sure about the gem, if it's made out of metal or just paint. I mean, I don't think it is, right? Because I don't think metal can be transparent. But the Matrix, from the handles to the core, pure metal. And it is unfortunate that, as you can see, my Matrix is a bit scratched up because my Masterpiece Optimus Prime I bought it secondhand. Well, I didn't buy it, my brothers got it secondhand. And so the Matrix is unfortunately a bit scratched up, but that's okay because it still looks absolutely stunning. And the fact that it actually has some weight to it as well. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at it, shall we? Let's go ahead and just press on it from one side. Let's go ahead and grab it. Come on now, come on. Come on, out you go. It's weird that some of the things I'm able to do at a first try, but for some reason others it's a bit of a hassle. I don't know why. That's a bit strange. Usually the Matrix I can take it out on my first try. I don't know what the deal is this time. Yeah, come on. Come on. Alright, I think we're gonna have to bust out the pencil again. Bust out the pencil. Let's bust out the pencil. Let's press it. Oh, it's coming. That pushed it back in. Damn it! Hold on. Wait. Wait, I got it. I got it. Almost had it. Alright, come on. Come on now. Out you go. This is taking a lot longer than it probably should. I apologize, guys. That's just me being a dummy. But I can do it. I know I can do it. Come on. There we go. I got it. So now we can take a closer look at the Matrix and holy crap. Once again, pencil for the win, but holy crap. Look how it shines with the light, the gem. I'm being serious. Look how it shines. Absolutely insane. And once again, I'm being serious. The Matrix, it actually has weight. I'm being serious. This thing actually has weight to it because it's pure metal. The entire thing is pure metal. And in case you guys are wondering, no, it doesn't split open like the previous Masterpiece Optimus Prime, but I mean, come on. This thing is pure metal and you're not going to get anything this incredible anywhere else. Now, coloration wise, on the American version for the Toys R Us exclusive, the core is more of like a bronzy, orangey copper, while the American version is more of like a proper gold, like goldish orange, which is what the Matrix is supposed to be colored. So they did go for a more orangey copper kind of look, even though the Matrix is mostly supposed to be like a orangish gold, more so gold than orange, but it has a bit of like a orange hue to it. So not sure why they went for more dark orange, but it still looks impressive nevertheless. And we can actually flip the Matrix over to view the back. It's a lot more scratched up in the back, sadly, but it's still, I still try my best to take care of it. And again, the way it reflects in the light, oh my god, that's insane. And the fact that on camera, you can't make this up. You definitely cannot make this up, you guys. How insane this is, especially the way the gem's sculpted. You see all that, right? The freaking dimension of the gem. It's freaking insane, bro. On both sides, too. That's insane. Very insane to think about. Yeah. So what we can do is that Optimus can in fact hold it. So we close this up real quick. And we back the camera out. Optimus can in fact hold the Matrix in his hand. So we go ahead and just get it like this. And we can rest it right there. Optimus can in fact hold the Matrix as he wants. And in case you guys are wondering, oh, can he try opening the Matrix, light our darkest hour? Well, let's see. So we get his arms open like this. Like so. Then we get his fists as close as we can together. Like so. Like that. Then if we get him straightened out, I don't know why he's like slouching. If we rotate his fists like so. Rotate his fist. Get his index fingers. We just take the Matrix. Just his fingers. Just keep his finger. Next finger outwards like this. So to answer your guys' question, the answer is kind of. He can kind of do it, but he can only do it with his index fingers. Because the Matrix is so small that he can't actually hold it properly, so he can kind of do it, but it has to be with his index fingers. Which again, I mean, you guys can see how weird this is. I mean, just look. You guys can probably see how like strained that probably looks, right? I mean, the answer is kind of, but as you can see, it doesn't quite look right. So he can't quite say light our darkest hours because the previous Masterpiece Optimus Prime's matrix was actually bigger, so he can actually hold it properly. But in this context, not really. You can kind of do it, but it's not. It doesn't quite work because it looks weird. So the answer is kind of, but it just it's just so weird. You guys can see that it doesn't quite work. So you can kind of get him to hold the matrix if you guys want to. It would have been cool if he came with a bigger matrix. As a matter of fact, the fixed version of the Masterpiece Hot Rod in America, aka MP-09, they actually did include a bigger version of the matrix, so he can actually hold it properly. So if they did that with this figure, that would have been pretty cool to actually have it that opens. So that's pretty cool. But as it is right now, the matrix, it's hell of insane. And yeah, nevertheless, makes this figure pretty damn impressive. Let's go ahead and open the chest, and we shall rest the matrix back in its housing place. There we are. Close the matrix until we may need to light our darkest hour. So there we have that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for Optimus here. So let me just go ahead and back up the camera a little bit. Oh, too far. There we go. Much better. Right. Now we'll go ahead and we'll give him back his guns and his weapons. Give him back his gun. His ion blaster. Just tap it in the slot. Close it to fist. Like so. We'll let him hold his gun. And we'll let him hold his axe. Well, not hold his axe. We'll let him wield his axe. And we'll go ahead and we'll slice up some Decepticon faces. Anyways, I'm letting a little too into. I'm sorry. But anyways, right. Now, there's only one last thing left to do. And that is the ultimate Prime comparison. So, now, for comparison. So first off, we're going to bring out the midgets like we did before. Starting off with, we're once again going to bring out... comparisons just fell. Damn it, guys, you had one job! But anyways, right. So, with that being said, let me just straighten these guys out real quick. It'll take that seconds. There we go. Okay, right. So, first off, we will start with the midgets first. So, once again, we shall bust out Buttshot Optimus Prime right here. So let's go ahead and we'll get him out. Like so. We'll see how he scales with quite literally one of the Holy Grails of Optimus Primes. And yeah, no contest on that. So yeah. There we have that. Actually, let's do this. There we go. That wasn't supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to go that way. You're supposed to go the other way. There we go. Much better. Now, next up we have Legend Class Generations Optimus Prime. Again. And yeah. Once again, no contest. So yeah, that. Next up, Deluxe Class. So, let's go ahead and bust out the Deluxe Classes. So here we got the, once again, Protoform Optimus Prime, aka Cybertron Optimus Prime from the Transformers The Last Night 2-pack, Toys R Us exclusive. So you can see how they scale together. As you can see, Masterpiece Prime definitely outclasses Protoform Prime right here. Alright, now let's go ahead and move on to Voyagers. So, we'll go ahead and start with the unrelated Voyagers. You guys will see what I mean in just a second. So let's see how Optimus scales with his descendants. So here is Lio Convoy, aka Leo Prime, our last review that we did. See how he scales with his descendant. And as you can see, Optimus is definitely taller than his descendant, the maximal leader of his squadron. A lot taller than his descendant for sure. That. Next up, once again, unrelated, but we're going to compare them anyway. So let's go ahead and bust out Albino Prime right here. So we got Ultra Magnus in his Albino Prime mode. Even though it's not technically a Prime, but it still is technically a Prime. So we're gonna compare them anyway. So that's how Albino Prime scales with Masterpiece Prime. Yeah, that. Now let's get back into Optimus Primes here. So we'll go on to the next Voyager. So here we have once again a classic but a goodie. Here we have Combiner Wars Optimus Prime, who you guys have not seen in a very long time. So here we have him with his Combiner Wars self. And they do look good together. I do like the way they both look. So there you have that. Next up, we have our last Voyager of the day. We have the Last Night Voyager class Optimus Prime. So we can see how he scales with his movie-based self from 2017. Technically 2014 if you include Age of Extinction, because he had the same design in Age of Extinction. But nevertheless, still, that's how he compares with his Knight-based self when he became a Knight of Cybertron. So there we have that. Now, without further ado, let us bust out the leader class figures. So we're only going to be looking at 2 today. So first up, we have Power Master Optimus Prime. And as you can see, we got a bit of competition here. Because as you can see, Power Master Prime is almost the same size as Masterpiece Prime. Almost the same size. His head is slightly shorter. His smokestacks give him the additional height, but he's almost the bigger. Just as big as Masterpiece Prime here. Almost. So that's how they look together. Now, our very last leader class figure of the day is yet another figure you guys haven't seen in a little bit. Here we have Power of the Primes leader class Optimus Prime, which at a time was the most G1 accurate figure of Prime that I've had for quite a long time. Until now. Well, 10 months ago when I finally got Masterpiece Optimus Prime. And as you can see, they are quite literally the same height. He's only a bit shorter than Masterpiece Prime here. And I will, like I said, the eyes on the Toys R Us exclusive version, they looked exactly like this. Same with the blue. And you guys can see, probably a bit more obviously now, you can tell the different shades right there. This is more of a bluish purple, this is more of like a proper blue. You guys can probably tell now with these two Primes side by side. Although their head sculpts look pretty similar too, as well. But yeah, leader class Prime here, Power Master Prime, or not Power Master Prime, Power of the Primes Optimus is quite literally the same height as Masterpiece Optimus Prime here. Like literally the only like slight differentiation between the two is the fact that the smokestack is slightly taller than Masterpiece Prime's smokestack, but that's not even like, you can't really use that to justify the, like, as if this guy is taller. They're basically the same. And they look pretty similar too, for the most part. So that's kind of crazy actually. But nevertheless, it doesn't take away from the impressiveness of either figure. I love this figure. I especially love this figure. This figure, I still love it just as much. This is a good figure. But this figure is like, again, Holy Grail that I've got right now. Holy Grail. Holy Grail. So there we have that. Now we got one final comparison, which isn't Transformers related, but you guys know what it's from. It's from review number 23. Here we have the Power Rangers SPD Delta Squad Megazord, aka the Deca Ranger Robo from Toku Sentai Deca Ranger. Since I'm reviewing the Japanese version of this toy, I figure might as well bust out the Megazord just to see how he's scaled. And honestly, I was actually surprised that when I first compared the two off camera, when I first got Masterpiece Prime, that he wasn't that much bigger than the Delta Squad Megazord here. It's kind of crazy. But see, this is how big toys used to be before Hasbro started scaling things down. Almost. Sorry guys, couldn't help it, sorry. So there we have that. And now our last comparison for the day, because I almost skipped one. Here we have Earthrise Optimus Prime. So far, our current mainstream Optimus Prime as of the date, to date, unless I'm living under a rock, which I wouldn't be surprised. As you can see, this, for mainstream figures, is the most G1 accurate Optimus Prime that I have in my possession. Power of the Primes was the previous guy, but until I got this guy, now he's the most G1 accurate mainstream Optimus Prime that I have. Until now. Our Masterpiece Optimus Prime is the most G1 accurate Optimus Prime that I've got. But nevertheless, they still look good together. Both Optimuses. Both of which define a generation of Optimus Primes. Nevertheless, they're still just as impressive. So there you have that. And yeah, with that being said, that is it. That is gonna wrap up review number 26 on Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Roller, you are in the on shot, so come on in. There you go, buddy. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this review on review 26, Masterpiece Optimus Prime. So overall, what are my thoughts on this figure? Holy Grail. Absolute Holy Grail is what Masterpiece Optimus Prime is. An absolute Holy Grail. So the way I see it, if you guys can buy, especially if you can buy the Toys R Us exclusive Optimus Prime Masterpiece MP-10, if you guys can get that figure, get it. By all means, it is worth every penny. If you guys can get this figure, if you guys can't get the Toys R Us exclusive version, but you can still get this figure, get it. By all means. Even with the color differentiation and the dead eyes, still, this figure is without a doubt worth every single penny. So without any hesitation, any second thoughts, get this toy. This is an amazing toy and one of the best Transformers toys ever. And I stand by that until the end of time. But yeah, without a doubt, in my opinion, one of the best. Has awesome articulation, awesome accessories, insanely detailed trailer, insanely detailed robot mode, insanely detailed vehicle mode, rubber tires. It's got plenty of play features, a die-cast matrix of leadership, die-cast metal parts including in the feet, nice paint jobs, nice shiny chrome on the smokestack, the bumper, the window trim, the grill, the actual grill, the gas tanks, nice chrome on the headlights and the back of the bumper there. Absolute insane pristine detail all around, and without a doubt it's quite obvious that this is the exact definition of a pristine figure, without any doubt in the back of my mind. And like I said, this figure is absolutely worth every penny. So if you guys can get this figure, by all means get this figure. Trust me, you guys, you will not regret it buying this toy, because without a doubt in my mind, this guy is definitely one of the best, if not a close first, for the best Transformers toy ever made. So there you have that. And yeah, without further ado, that's it. Those are my thoughts. That is my review for the Transformers Masterpiece MP-10 Cybertron Commander Convoy, aka the Transformers Masterpiece MP-10 Autobot Commander Optimus Prime. So without further ado, that's it. That's gonna cover review number 26. So as usual, links in the description down below for my DeviantArt page and the Galaxy Defender Discord server. So please be sure to join the community. And if you guys are interested in checking out either, the links will be in the description down below. And as usual, if you guys liked the video, please be sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. And if you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get notifications for every single one of my videos. And please be sure to join the Galaxy Defenders. And Do you guys have anything else that you guys would like me to review? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys got any Transformer suggestions, Pokemon, anything you guys want me to take a look at, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, anything at all, let me know in the comments down below, and one of your suggestions may be chosen for an upcoming review. So without further ado, that's it. So there is the Transformers MP-10 Cybertron Commander Convoy, aka the Transformers Masterpiece MP-10 Autobot Commander Optimus Prime. And this is MK894, aka Meta Knight 4, signing out. Peace out, Galaxy Defenders, and remember, you never know unless you find out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, you guys, till all are one. Blackout.